To be honest, this is all new to me. I don't know when to worry about my son or when this is just normal. What about rashes? How do you know when something's going wrong?
Yes, it can be a worrying time, but just to reassure you, most rashes are nothing to be worried about. They can be quite harmless. Let's talk about when you need to be worried. So if your baby has a high temperature that won't come down, has a high-pitched cry that you can't console, has a rash that if you run a tumbler against it and it won't fade, or has unusually cold hands and feet, that can be a sign of meningitis, and therefore we would advise that you dial 999 or you immediately take your baby to accident and emergency. So most rashes are harmless, Seb, to be honest with you. Babies can get it from the first few days of their life until a few weeks afterwards. They will go by themselves and there's nothing more that you need to do. It's just the baby's skin naturally trying to get used to the environment. So one of those rashes is called melia, and they are white spots that baby can get on their face, and that's normal, it'll come and go. The other one is the raised red rash, and they can get that on their face and they can also get it all over their body. Again, it'll come and go, but there's nothing that more you can do about it. So some babies have a cold and they can get red cheeks and become quite flushed. Again, just watch your baby, comfort your baby. There's not much more that you can do. However, I do advise that if after a couple of days your baby gets worse, just to be on the safe side, just go and see your GP or seek medical advice.
I've heard somewhere that you shouldn't kiss babies if you have a cold sore. What's that about?
Yes, if anybody has got a cold sore, they shouldn't be kissing your baby because it can be transferred and contagious to the baby, and it can be fatal, especially in the first 4 weeks of life if the baby does catch anything from it.
What about measles?
So symptoms of measles are sore eyes that are sensitive to light, a fever and grey spots inside the cheeks, and after a couple of days they get a reddish brown rash that starts off from their face and it works its way down. If any of those symptoms exist, you do need to contact your GP straight away.